Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying this Sprouts Farmers Market. This is a cherry dark chocolate chip scone mix.
When it's scone, it's gone and never
Scone, as in bone.
It is with rich dark chocolate chips. It was $6.49 at Sprouts Farmers Market. So Kevin's going to tell us everything we need.
It's pretty straightforward. You need the box, of course. You need 1 egg, 8 tablespoons of cold butter. Make sure it's cold and cut into small pieces. This is basically one whole big stick. We use small sticks, but anyway, it's one big stick. And 4 tablespoons of cold milk. That's all you need. So I'm going to open the mix up, and you need your oven preheated to 375, and you need a baking sheet with some parchment paper on it. I've also got another just extra sheet of parchment paper to press it out onto when we get to that point, but I'll tell you about that when we get there. So nothing in the bag except this one mix. So you want to put this in a bowl. I'll pull it towards me. And you want to add your butter, all your butter in here. And if you had a pastry, like one of those pastry cutters, the one that has like the little wire things on it, you could use that. I'm just going to use my hands. They are good and clean. I did wash them. But just basically press your butter into the mixture until it makes like little like pea-sized pieces of butter all mixed in with this. So I'm gonna work this in. What I do is I just fill the butter between my fingers and squish it. And it does take a little while, but just be patient. It'll work. Okay, so here's my mixture. You can see it's kind of crumbly, like it kind of looks like coffee almost. So next thing I want to do is I want to take my milk and my eggs and I want to whisk it together in this bowl. So I'm just going to have a bowl. You can put them all together. Since we wanted to show you what everything looks like separately, I mean, you could just go ahead and put them in the bowl together at the beginning. You don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to mix this together real quick. Now we're going to just take our egg and milk mixture and just pour it into the bowl. And we're just going to stir it together. And it says if it's kind of dry, it needs something else, you can add more milk to it, like by teaspoons. But you don't want it wet. You just want it to kind of come together and form a dough. Kind of like cookie dough. So now I'm going to take my parchment paper, and you can do this anywhere, but you're just going to dump it on your parchment paper. And you're going to press it into a 6.5 inch disc. And my little pastry cutter is got a little measuring thing on there, so that's 5, that's 6. It's about 7, so that's probably about the right size right there. So I don't want to make it any bigger. I'm just kind of getting the edges together. So now you want to get your some kind of cutter, whether you have a pizza cutter or a pastry cutter or knife or whatever. You want to cut this into 12 wedges. So I'm going to cut it in half. Just like that. And then I'm going to cut it in half. So now we need 6 and 6. So now I need 3 and 3. I should be able to do 2 cuts. Just like that. Make them as even as you can. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna put these on my baking sheet. And it said spread them out about 2 inches apart, which I don't know how much these are gonna spread. I can't imagine them spreading too awfully much, but if you've ever had scones, they're kind of, they really are kind of cookie-like. I have to compress these a little bit. So these are going to go in the oven, like I said, 375 for 7 to 20 minutes. I mean 17 to 20 minutes, not 7. 17 to 20 minutes. So what do you think? About 18? Yeah, 18 minutes. All right, so here they are out of the oven. They are firm. That's what you're looking for. It's just a little firmness. They were 18 minutes exactly. So we're going to let them cool off for just a minute, and we'll put them on plates and we'll try them out.
This mix does have sweetened, dried, tart cherries. There's semi-sweet chocolate chips. There's vanilla extract. These are distributed by Sprouts Farmers Market in Phoenix, Arizona. Sprouts.com is their website. So 12 servings are in the container. I think you did an awesome job.
Yeah, some of them are a little bit smaller, but they're pretty.
I had Kevin do this because you saw how quickly Kevin literally just, I mean, it was almost like totally natural for you to form that into that circle and then to cut it like that. I'm telling you, I would have struggled with that. I really think I would have struggled with, because you did it so quickly, and then the pieces, you're just naturally good at that. I think
I've kind of planned it out in my mind beforehand. So.
Yeah, but still, I couldn't have planned that out in my mind before. I think it's interesting. It's great that you're naturally good. Not everybody could buy this mix and have these turn out the way they did. So I think you should be proud of that. Anyway, I'm just saying. Okay, so 12 servings, about a third cup of the mix. It makes one. It's 200 calories prepared.
Yeah, with the butter and the milk.
Yeah, with the butter and the milk and the egg, because the egg is 70 calories by itself. It's 200 calories for one of these.
Yeah, and I think I did a pretty decent job of splitting them up. They should be. I've always thought these were kind of like a mix within a biscuit, like an American biscuit and a cookie. I can also say we did not smell cherry at all until they came out of the oven.
Mm-hmm. Then you smell it.
Then you could smell it. I like the little crisp, like top and bottom. It kind of has a little crispiness to it. Not crunchy crispy, just has a little skin on it, like a little shell.
It's a little gritty.
It is a little gritty. I don't know if that's from the cocoa or
it's a little dry, and it's a little gritty. This is what I would do.
I think it's very dry.
I think it needs a glaze. Now,
Or dip it in milk, or eat it with milk.
I think it really needs a glaze. If you had some powdered sugar in your cabinet and just add a little bit of milk to it, just a tad bit, then this would be wonderful with a glaze, because a glaze, it's going to sweeten it up. It's going to add a little bit of texture on the top, because it's not sweet at all.
It's more of a dark cocoa kind of.
It reminds me of Christmas, and I don't know. It's like, what have I eaten at Christmas?
Cocoa?
That's chocolate cherry.
Like hot cocoa?
I don't know if I'm thinking of like chocolate covered cherry.
Maybe.
Because it does remind me of chocolate covered cherry, and the only time I usually have that is at Christmas. So I think that's why I'm relating this to Christmas.
Yeah, because we usually don't eat a lot of cherries at Christmas time.
I think it's the chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, it could be.
And I also make, there's a dessert that I make.
Oh, with coconut and cherries and
with
stuff.
Cherries, yeah. I do make that dessert, and I love it. And I forget what it's called.
It doesn't have chocolate in it, though.
I have a recipe on the channel. Anyway, This is very dry. And
it is a little dry, but I think
gritty.
I think
me.
scones in general are kind of dry. Don't you? Because usually you put cream or butter or something like that on them.
Yeah.
This one I don't know that butter would necessarily go with it because of the chocolate and cherry flavor. I don't know. Maybe it would. If you had butter on it, it would really like lighten it up. But it is a little bit gritty, but it's kind of a sugary kind of grit. So I don't mind the texture at all. I don't mind the flavor that much. It's just not very sweet.
It's not sweet. Yeah. I don't mind the flavor. You do taste the cherry.
Mm-hmm. It's not overwhelming, but it's there for sure.
Yeah, you taste the cherry and you taste the chocolate. It's just, for me, there's like no sweetness. It's just not sweet enough. And I'm wondering if that's a Sprouts thing.
Maybe, or is it just the dark chocolate cherry thing?
Yeah, so I don't know.
If you get a chocolate drizzle over top of it or something, that would be good.
Yeah, for me.
Or cherry jam.
Yes.
You could probably spread a little cherry jam on each bite and eat it. Something like that.
If you're planning to put something with these, then yeah, I think that would be good. Mm-hmm. If you plan to eat them by themselves dry like that, have a glass of milk, tea, coffee, you need to have something to drink, and just know they're not sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're good.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know if you tried this mix, let us know what you thought of them. And did yours turn out that good? Because I think that looks perfect. I think Kevin did a great job with those.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.